I'm just connoisseur, and today I will be reacting to the. Now let's first get into the game, where Arsenal, after only a couple days of rest after their game on Sunday, went down to West London to take on Chelsea, a formidable opponent and who has been overachieving this year to all means, having a abysmal start to the season, but after firing Frank Lampard, finding their form and eventually getting into top four, along with reaching the Champions League final. And going into this game, Arsenal went with a different formation than last time, with the likes of Pablo Mari, Martin Odegaard, obviously, and Aubameyang getting a chance to start, along with Thomas Partey as well. Chelsea didn't have their best starting 11 either, and with nothing really to play for, I was expecting a draw, to be honest. And as we get into this game, Chelsea would have an excellent chance early on as Kai Havertz put in a great pass to Jorginho, who would just miss the net. But speaking of Jorginho, a little while later, as Chelsea was attempting to keep possession, Kurt Zouma, who had some options to his left, decided to pass to Jorginho, who made an errant pass back to Kepa, whom started for Chelsea, and obviously Kepa, being prone to errors, tried to make up for the error and made a great save off the line, but to no avail to Chelsea, as Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang picked it up and passed it to Emile Smith-Rowe, who didn't have the greatest shot ever, but he had an open net, and he couldn't miss, and he gave Arsenal a 1-0 lead. Furthermore, Chelsea would get a couple of great chances of their own, as Christian Pulisic would get one, to mention Kai Havertz would also get a chance. But the Arsenal defense kept steady, and they did their job, and the score remained 1-0 for them. And while Chelsea had one more chance in the first half with Mason Mount, he was eventually blocked by Mohamed Elneny. And as we go into the end of the first half, a fairly, like I usually say this a lot, a fairly uneventful first half, with the exception being that Arsenal scored a goal that was really not to the fault of their own, and then them just capitalizing on the error by Chelsea. Overall, I was very satisfied with their performance in the first half. As we get into the second half, there was very little action throughout this first 15 minutes, exception of a Kieran Tierney going down again, and with him just coming back from injury, it was a little eerie to see that. But in the 61st minute, Christian Pulisic appeared to have scored, and fortunately, it was wiped out because he was offside. And obviously, Olivier Giroud would end up getting subbed on against his former team, and he would end up having some excellent chances of his own. As throughout the next 25 minutes or so, it was a stalemate, and then Chelsea put in some excellent chances, including one that went off the crossbar, but it wasn't meant to be, and the final score ended up with Arsenal winning 1-0 against Chelsea, a monumental victory against a legitimate top four side. And while my final thoughts are that they were definitely silenced by Chelsea's defense, they were still able to put in consistent effort throughout the whole game to ensure that they received those 3 points. And those 3 points are crucial, as with only 3 more games remaining, they are currently 1 point behind Tottenham for 7th place, and only 3 points back of West Ham for 5th place. So obviously those teams have a game in hand, but nice to see them eventually move up the table. And obviously, how can I forget the historic victory in this game being that Arsenal, this is the first time that Arsenal has won both games against Chelsea in a season since their invincible winning season in 2003 2004. And so that's always something to look back on. I would give my man of the match today to Bernd Leno. And I know he's been struggling of late today, but to considering all the pressure that Chelsea had in trying to get a goal, he really did his job in keeping it out, and I gotta give him credit where credit's due. Anyway, hope you enjoyed my reaction today. Leave a like and subscribe if you'd like to see more. Come on, you Gunners. Arrivederci.